I genuinely feel super naked right now. I don't have my mascara on, and I don't have my necklace on. My moldavite, my beautiful, beautiful power of gem. But anyways, I was going through. Oh, if you can hear my tub running, no, you can't. So, moving on. I was going through my journal last night. I was like looking for these lyrics, and I bumped into a piece of paper, okay, that I wrote on May 5th, 2025. You see that? Of course you do. There's a little sun right there, because I am the sun. Just a little ray of sunshine. Anyways, oh, and in the back I wrote, my million $1 ideas and all my creative ideas, 444, are here to stay. I know that's right. I know that's right. But that's not the point. That's not the point. I read the little quote. I read the little note that my past self here put. But was it really? Was it my future self? The world may never know. Find people who give you answers, not questions. See, when I wrote that in May of last year, I didn't know what that meant. And I actually vividly remember being in a public library. I was in Minnesota at the time, homeless, okay? I was at the public library. That's where like 80% of homeless people hang out. That's what I found out when I was there. Anyways, and I was like in front of a huge glass mirror, just like seeing people go by, and like, and I sat there and I was just like, And then this just like randomly came to my head, and I was like, find people who give you answers, not questions. Because I was like staring at the people, and I saw like people interacting and like how they interacted, and I was kind of like making stories in my head of like what they were doing and saying. Right, maybe I'm getting off track here, my bad. But and at the time I didn't really know what I meant by it. And I grabbed it, I found it last night, a year later. And I think I realized, no, I know what it means now. So find people who give you answers, not questions. It means that when you come into connections, right? Relationships, any sort of level there, you want to be able to find people who aren't going to make you question who you are or where you stand. Okay, you want people that are going to respond to every question that you have with an answer, with a solid answer, like a clear, transparent answer, so you're not worried and left in the blue and left in the fucking darkness of trying to figure it out, because they won't give you the bare minimum to let you know, like, yo, this is where I'm at, this is where you are, this is what you mean to me. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like when, okay, hold on. I need to go check my bath really quick. Where was I? Yes. So when you come into a connection, you don't want to be somewhere where where they're constantly having you to question who you are or where you stand in that relationship. I feel like if it gets to that point, you're meant to learn something, and then you're supposed to just grow out of that and move on into someone who will continue to answer your needs, continue to answer the desires you want. You know what I mean? Because the longer you stay in a connection, that you know damn well you overstayed your fucking welcome, not only are you going to question who you are or where you stand, but you're going to start believing you're nothing, believing you're not better, you're not meant to have better. You're going to start believing that it's easier to be questioned and rather than being answered. Like, does that make sense? And like what I mean by like being answered and like people giving you answers is like, being answered is being loved. I feel like this really is speaking about love, because love knows no opposites. Love only knows how to answer. And it is fear that starts questioning. And don't get me wrong, it's good to ask questions, you know, because that helps you grow, that helps you see things at a higher perspective. It gives you more insight. I'm not saying don't ask questions. I'm saying that when you ask a question, when you give a question, it shouldn't come back with a question on top of a question. Do you know what I mean? Like, it needs to be just truly answered there, like from love, so that then you're able to see, oh, okay, this is the answer, this is how we grow, this is how we build. Okay, cool. But if someone's constantly giving you a question for your fucking question, you're not gonna get closer, you're only gonna get far apart. And you feel like you're getting closer because you're asking the questions, right? No. Sometimes you're gonna be, you ask the wrong questions and you're gonna get wrong answers. Like magnets, dude. You're never gonna click because you're not actually answering for each other with love, but rather with fear. Because some people might just fear that you're gonna evolve without them, you're gonna grow without them. Some people don't want to lose you, but it's not about fucking control. It's not about instilling fear so that you don't see these better answers for you. Dude, are you getting it? Are you getting it? That's what I gathered. That's what I gathered. Pussy tights. See? Wait, thumbnail, guys, thumbnail. No, wait. I'm kidding. But I'm not kidding. Yeah, so find people who give you answers, not questions. Ciao. I'm gonna go hop in that bath. Spread this.